All right, we're diving into the story of a grape today. But listen, this isn't just any old grape. This one has a royal reputation and, believe it or not, a secret identity that we're going to unpack. In many parts of Asia, if you say the queen of grapes, everyone knows exactly what you're talking about. The Kyoho. It's famous for these huge, deep purple berries. It's incredibly juicy, and it has this sweetness that makes it a true luxury fruit. Seriously, this is the kind of fruit you give as a really prestigious gift. And here is where things get really interesting. Because what if this celebrated table grape, this absolute queen of the fruit bowl, has a hidden ambition? A kind of second life that's way more challenging and, frankly, way more fascinating. A life in the world of wine. So yeah, this is the heart of our story today, the Kyoho grape's dual life. We're going to explore its incredible fame as a premium table fruit and then its ambitious, kind of tricky journey into the wine bottle. First off, the name itself tells you a ton. Kyoho is Japanese for giant peak, and it was named as a tribute to the majestic Mount Fuji. It just perfectly captures the image of this big, impressive grape. It's also a hybrid variety, and that's a really key detail we're going to come back to later. To really get Kyoho's journey into wine, we have to go back to its origins. See, this grape wasn't some happy accident of nature. It was deliberately created. It was designed to be the perfect fruit. Okay, so the Kyoho story kicks off back in 1937 in Japan. It was created by crossing two different grapes, and the goal was pretty simple: combine great disease resistance with amazing sweetness. And boy, did it work. By the 50s and 60s, it was a total superstar as a table grape. It wasn't until much, much later that a few adventurous winemakers looked at it and asked a pretty radical question. Hey, you think we can make wine with this? And that single question started Kyoho's expansion beyond the fruit stand. So, where exactly does this queen reign today? Let's take a look at the terroir that really lets it thrive. So while Japan is absolutely Kyoho's homeland, where it has all this prestige and tradition, China is now, without a doubt, the global epicenter. I mean, the production there is just monumental. It completely dwarfs its birthplace and other places where it's grown, like South Korea, Taiwan, and even a few spots in the US. So what is it about these places that's so perfect for Kyoho? Well, it loves hot, humid summers, but it needs well-drained mountain slopes for air to move around and prevent disease. And that big temperature swing between a hot day and a cool night, what we call the diurnal shift, is absolutely crucial for developing complex aromas. Bottom line, this grape is both really tough and a little bit picky. And now we get to the central conflict in our story. The really difficult, really fascinating transformation of a grape that was bred for eating into a grape that's suitable for a winemaker's cask. This is where the real challenge begins. Okay, so here's the winemaker's dilemma. The very same things that make Kyoho so great for eating are what make it a pain to make wine with. Its naturally low acidity can make the wine taste kind of flat, so winemakers have to carefully add acid back in. Its big seeds are really bitter, so they require incredibly gentle handling. And that beautiful deep purple color, it can actually be unstable, so they use special techniques like a cold soak to lock it in. Let's see how this works in practice. To make a Kyoho rosé, for instance, winemakers let the juice sit on the skins for just a few hours. That gives it that perfect pink color without grabbing too much tannin. Then they press the grapes so gently, again, to avoid those bitter seeds. And finally, a long, cool fermentation in steel tanks keeps all those fresh, vibrant fruit aromas intact. The whole thing is an exercise in pure finesse. So after all that painstaking, careful work, what's the reward? What does this transformed queen actually taste like when she finally makes it into your glass? The profile is just, well, it's fascinating. You get these lovely dark red fruit notes. Think black cherry, maybe some plum. But then you also get these delicate floral hints, like rose petals and violet. And what's really unique is this distinct aroma of, well, fresh grape. It's a direct callback to its origins as a table grape. It's just so aromatic and inviting and really unlike a lot of other wines. And this unique profile makes it an incredible partner for food, especially Asian cuisine. Its low tannins and gentle sweetness are perfect with the umami in Japanese dishes like sushi or yakitori. It cuts right through the richness of Peking duck and balances out all the amazing flavors in Korean bulgogi. It's like a natural bridge between the world of wine and complex Asian flavors. So what's next for the Queen of Grapes? Let's look to the future of her throne. because her journey into the world of wine is far from over, and it is filled with both major challenges and massive potential. This pretty much sums up the situation for Kyoho right now. As a table grape, it's absolute royalty. It has a stable, high-value, profitable market. But as a wine grape, it's an up-and-comer, a niche player that has to constantly fight to change people's minds and prove its worth. And the hurdles it's facing are significant. The fact that it's a hybrid grape, not a pure Vitis vinifera, which is the classic European species, means it faces a lot of resistance in traditional wine circles. Its gentle profile might not click with people who love big, bold, tannic reds. And since production is so limited outside of Asia, it's just hard for the rest of the world to even find a bottle. Really, it all comes down to consumer education. Which brings us to our final question, doesn't it? Can this queen, who is already so dominant in one world, actually conquer another? Well, Kyoho's unique charm, its fascinating history, and its amazing potential with food be enough to overcome all those challenges and make it a true global wine star. Well, that's a story that's still being written, one glass at a time.